If you're trying to sell your graded cards, should you sell them on eBay, or have you considered using Fanatics Collect? I see Fanatics Collect collecting a lot of steam lately, and in today's video we're going to look and see how those cards sell in comparison to those on eBay. But first, here's your intro. For those of you who have not experienced the Fanatics Collect website, which I'm just going to call Fanatics in this video, if you haven't experienced the Fanatics website for buying and selling your cards, it basically operates like eBay, but specifically focuses on trading cards and sports cards. So you can go and you can see the current cards being auctioned. These are the ordinary auctions that start at $5 a piece. They have premier auctions, which are going to start at $10,000 a piece and sell for a lot of money. And you can even buy and sell sealed wax. It just comes with an extra fee. If you read through the overview on the Fanatics website, it sounds like you can submit any cards that are graded, as long as they're graded by these companies right here. And unless your card sells for 120% of market value, the selling fees are going to be 12%, which is very equivalent to what it is on eBay. So the big question is, which marketplace sells your cards for more money? So to answer that question, I'm going to go to the Fanatics website and look at the recent sales. Obviously, some of these cards sold for a lot, like this $40,000 Bulbasaur card. Most people aren't going to sell that on eBay. I'm looking at the more ordinary cards, the ones that you and I are probably more likely to be selling. I really like this Michael Jordan, for example. It sold for $55 as 1990 Fleer Basketball PSA 9. So if I pull it up on eBay, most recent sales were around, the last three sold for between 45 to 40, and then we have a 53 here. So it did overshoot market value. I'm figuring this out as we go, to be completely honest. I've never compared the two. I've just always thought about it, so I figured as I did it, I'd film it so we'd all learn together. 2011 Cam Newton PSA 10 rookie. As an auction on eBay, this just sold for $28, and on Fanatics Collect it sold for $50. Let's look at something a little bit more mid-high-end. 1994 Finest Wayne Gretzky PSA 10. Last one on eBay sold for $1,600, and it sold from Canada. Last one here sold for $2,800. Wow. Fleer Crystal Michael Jordan, 1997. It's a PSA 10. There's a Wayne Gretzky, pretty iconic card. This is a PSA 7. This one sold for $57.49, and as it sold for $51.49 on Fanatics Collect. So this one actually undershot the most recent sell on eBay. About time we found one like that. Let's look for something a little bit more like mid-tier. Here's a $12 2022 Bowman Chrome James Wood Prospect PSA 9. Looks like these are really close. Sold for $10.50 on eBay. It sold for $12 on Fanatics. Another very popular card, Jordan's second year card, 1987 Fleer Basketball Michael Jordan PSA 8. Sold for $5.67 on Fanatics Collect. Most recent sales have been over $600 on eBay as an auction. And finally, I'll check a Pokemon card, just in case any of you guys are wondering about that. 2011 Pokemon Japanese I don't know what any of these are. First edition. I don't know even what to search. Maybe all of this. I think this is it. Okay, looks like the most recent auction was $430, and it sold for $450 on Fanatics Collect. Very, very similar. So what are the takeaways? I'd say for the most part, it's a toss-up. It seemed like, at first I thought the Fanatics stuff was selling for significantly more. And in my small sample size, I checked out 7 different cards. Fanatics stuff did edge out the eBay stuff. But for the most part, if you're comfortable selling on eBay, it seems like there's a pretty good active buying demographic there. The fees are about the same. The fees are ridiculous in themselves, and I kind of want to just talk about that in a separate video. I have something planned coming up there. But until then, I hope you learned something. I'll see you next time.